Two, one. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. So Dee has piked it on us and he doesn't like this anymore. So we don't like him either.
Yeah, whatever, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Talk to the hand.
Just the two of us today, which means it's going to be serious talk, Lisa. It's going to be
serious
focused,
talk.
serious,
it's focused.
All about the charts.
The first thing I'd like to say is it's nice to see that you ironed your shirt,
but
you're sweating a bit there, Sean. A bit hot in there.
It is. It's about 900 degrees here, Lisa.
900 degrees.
It's hot. It's hot like, today.
Is that like a little tiny bit of an exaggeration?
It's about 800 degrees exaggeration.
Hang on.
It's very
Wait.
Very warm.
I've got something for you. Can you hear it? It's playing for you.
I'm going to be in a cold climate soon, so I'm not complaining in the slightest. It's also Bitcoin on a knife edge. Which way is it going to go? Breaking out in a sweat. A lot of people calling a dump back to 10.2, Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to hear your thoughts.
All right, let's check out some Bitcoin. Share my screen.
Oh, wow. Let's see how sweaty I am by the end of the show. Let's
Let's not. All right. So on the weekend, we hit the top of this channel and we've come down. And, you know, I said to everyone that I was buying the dip so I could long my longs longer.
You're looking at what you said last week. I went back and checked it out. You've been 100% correct this week.
Yeah. So what we were going to do was we were going to hit the top of the channel. We're going to come down. There's underneath this. There's an MA there. Yay! So we've come back down. We've tested this MA, which is also the bottom channel. Now this pattern, and I know everyone on Twitter is turning bearish, and there has been this pattern a couple of times, and the pattern that this was primarily happening was at 3,200. So we started doing this rising wedge, and everyone's like, no, we're going down, you know, tone vase, we're going to 1,000, you know, Bitcoin's dead, all of this. So and this kept happening, and you know, every time we'd come down, they'd like, yeah, that's it, we're going to the bottom. So, you know, I continue to hear that we're going to 10,200, which is this diagonal support around this. It's probably a little bit lower, so probably, you know, just around the 10,000 mark. But this pattern doesn't go like that. So this pattern breaks up. Yeah. So if we go back through the charts and we go back. So we're going to go back and we're going to have a look. So we've got on this point here, so we've got another rising wedge. So if we draw here, this is our pattern that we had from 3,900, where we had the trading engine failure. So we've got this, we came down, we broke down a little bit, and look, we had this massive big third wave. So, you know, we went from 6,500 right up to, at this point, 12,000. So, you know, we doubled within a short period of time. So we also had this pattern way back when. My charts are taking forever to load. So if we can I'll go to a higher time frame so we can see this. So if we highlight this pattern here, so we've got this rising wedge happening again. We have it happening here. So if we have a look at this pattern here as to what we've got happening, we've got this pattern happening here, which breaks up. So, you know, the more I hear everyone saying that we're going down, the more I believe we're going up. So Yeah, it's a constant thing on Twitter that every time, we have a similar pattern to this, we're going down, and it's going down quite deep. And it's like,
Mhm.
when we go down and we hit the $10,000 mark last time, all of a sudden we were going to fill $8,000 and $7,000 gaps. And it's like, hang on a sec, no, we're not. When did that come into the picture? So again, I think if we go, I've got a, hang on, let me find it. That's Ethereum.
So you're staying long on Bitcoin, Lisa?
Yeah, so I'm long, and I've been adding to my longs.
Okay.
So yeah,
What
so let me bring up.
what would change your mind on that in the next few days? What sort of movement?
Okay, so this is the monthly BTC chart, and we can see at the moment we've got this strong diagonal support that we keep bouncing on. So if we were to come back down and sort of hit sort of below this area here is where I was just showing you, which is potentially possible, the $10,000 mark. So
Yep.
if that rising wedge that we're in at the moment does break down, it's not going to break down past this support.
Okay.
I personally don't think it's breaking down, but stranger things have happened. So if it does, this is the lower support here. I think we go up first. I really think we go up first before we come down.
Okay.
So I think we're finishing a fifth wave. So I think potentially we are heading to, 14,000. So if I was looking at this, I would go, okay, we've gone 1, potentially 3 to here, 4, 5. So, if I'm trading this, potentially this could even go higher before we go lower.
Okay.
So, I'm seeing at least 14,000 on this pattern at the moment. So I really don't believe we're going down. This monthly looks really good, and we've got nice strong wicks, and yeah, I think we continue up.
Very good. Now, I just need to remind you, thank you very much by the way, for joining us on our Wednesday Degenerate Trading Show, which is a little bit of fun, meant to be educational for all of you out there. So make sure you check it out. Link to the episode we did with Lisa. But you've promised to help us out, and we're going to do a short show on the Primex BT platform and how to long, how to short. Get your thoughts around that as well, where a couple of the guys are pretty new to that functionality. So
yeah,
forward to that. That's coming up this week, people. So make
yeah,
sure.
really, really easy platform to use. So I can show everyone how to use it. The only thing that you've got to watch is for the stop hunts, and I've been hit a couple of times with those. So
Yeah, your first ever week wasn't great.
Yeah,
but
no,
you're
it wasn't
bouncing back
great.
strongly, Lisa. You're bouncing
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's coming back, so it's all good. Obviously we're in a fairly sideways market at the moment, so it's not going to be a fast thing. So
Ethereum, you got the Ethereum chart up here. Lots of
do.
different opinions on this one as well. A lot of people saying we could head back to 280, 290, or break
I
390 and
do.
head up. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so if we can sort of head to sort of this 429 sort of point and break that, then that's a really good position to head up. If we don't break that, potentially we're coming down to the 280 mark. There's a lower channel support there.
Right.
This would coincide with Bitcoin going up in the, maybe retesting 12,000, then coming back and testing 12 and testing 10. So in line with that monthly. So that's really possible on Bitcoin as well. So, I really believe here we're going up for the short term. So, this is a really sort of pivotal region on this chart, which is around the 430 mark. So we'll come up, we'll test that. If we can't break that region, we'll more than likely come down.
Right.
There's 3 supports there. So we've got a support at 350, a support at around 320, and then we've got a 280 support. So it kind of needs to break down through all 3 of those before we get to 280. There's going to be, lots of support along the way and potentially bounces higher. So, you know, that's kind of what we got to watch, that, you know, when we're still in a bullish market. So, you know, we're still holding levels. Like this is a 4-hour chart. Ethereum's bouncing continuously off the MAs, which is a really, really good bullish sign. So, yeah, right now, I don't see any problems with Ethereum. So, you know, it is a really slow, boring market, and it's like nothing's happening. So it's like, yeah, just do something.
Yes, well, I mean, obviously on the Ethereum network, there has been plenty of action over the preceding months with these DeFi projects and so forth. Now, a question that I'm sure you're being asked, I'm getting asked it all the time, is obviously we've had this token giveaway with Uniswap.
Yeah.
Now, this has obviously only been around for, what, less than a week?
Yeah, so this is the.
How do you read a chart? That's give me a little insight into reading a chart that's so new. Does something need to be around longer for you to apply Elliott waves to it, or literally is a day enough? Is a week enough? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I can apply Elliott waves to this. So this is a really low time frame chart. So, you know, we need to sort of look at the low time frames, because obviously if I go to a 12-hour chart, that's what I've got.
Right.
So I'm like looking at it going, okay, what do I do with that? I've got lots of volume coming in. I've got.
You're going to tell me exactly what to do when I get off this video in 30 minutes.
Yeah. So this is potentially our Elliott wave here. So we've got a 1. We could have a 3 coming up here. This potentially could be a 4, and we could be going up for a 5th. So, you know, it could be a different pattern because we don't have a confirmed pattern yet. So we could have an A, we've come down for our B. We might go up for a C. You know, this B could go deeper. So this B could be sort of like an A, B, C, and it sort of, you know, drops down here. So depending on sort of where this chart sort of develops is kind of, you know, I do see short term we're going up on this chart, you know, if it follows these waves. Yep. The thing is with everything that lists on Binance and with, you know, Bitfinex and that sort of stuff, and they open margin trading on it, it just goes, it just dumps. It's like everyone just goes, yes, it's come in, it's gone up, let's short it. So the market just dumps. And, you know, we can see with this amount of volume here, how much the market dumped at that point. So this would have been around the time that margin trading.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning for me, and it dumped about 20% in 10 minutes. So somebody made a major move.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, you know, it opens on margin trading, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, it's just dumping. So, you know, a good bet is to, if they do, you know, their opening margin trading is to open a short.
Right.
Because yeah, a lot of the time DOT opened. So if we have a look at DOT, when we can see when they opened margin trading. So margin trading was opened at this point, and we've dumped down, we've climbed back up, but then we've had this massive big dump. So, you know, and we kind of just broke, you know, we were on around the high. So if you were, you know, in a short on that point and you had, you know, a stop above this region, you would have been fine. You would have been laughing and making some nice dollars. So, but that's the thing with these charts. It's really hard to sort of look at it and go, okay, you know, I've got so many waves here. We have to really go down to these low time frames to go in and count these waves. So if we go into DOT and we count the waves, we can get 5 waves in here, and we can see that we're correcting. We've done an ABC. Yep. And, you know, we're into our next wave pattern. So, you know, as long as this kind of continues up, we should be okay. But yeah, it's so hard to chart. Like,
let's have a look at our, how about our coin of the week? That's had some ups and downs. I'm actually, I really like it as a project. I'm thinking of getting some more. So I'm interested to hear what the charts.
Yeah. So
doing?
Loopring is still, like, this is a relatively new pattern as well on Binance, so they're all relatively new. So we've got some consolidation in this sort of wedge pattern here. We've had one breakdown, but that's okay because we had this other wedge. So this is kind of like a fourth wave sort of consolidation. It's kind of hard to see where this is going.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, it is a choppy pattern. If we look at the RSI, we've come down at this point on the RSI. We kind of, every time we hit this bottom, we have a strong bounce. So, which we've done here. So if we have a look here,
Right.
we're coming down and we're bouncing. So if you were to watch the RSI, you could really scalp this chart. So because at this point as well, we've had a strong bounce. So we've had quite, like, if we put so we got a 30% bounce on that one. So if you were to scalp this chart and just watch the RSI and go, okay, every time it gets to this point, I'm going to put a buy in, and, you know, it's bouncing because that previous bounce was 30%. If we look at this new bounce, which was on support, it's another 20%. So, you know, you could have had two bounces in this chart and brought in 50% profits. So just by sort of moving your stop and being extra cautious with how you trade it.
Yeah, it's not a dull movement on this one, is it? It's
actually moving really well with the RSI. So, you know, that's something that I look for if I'm wanting to scalp a chart, or if I've got, you know, I haven't had any time to do anything like that at the moment, but because I've had writing deadlines and that sort of stuff.
I know. I'm reading your latest draft of your script. It's fantastic.
Oh, this one's so much better. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, you're making great progress there.
Yeah, so I've got a great team behind me and great people that are, you know, helping me. So if Janet's watching, thank you, Janet. I love you. You're awesome. So she's from Vendor Productions, and she's just amazing. So yeah, so that's kind of what we've got this week. I don't want to have a look at too many alts because they're horrible. So, you know, we've got the new ones.
Maybe actually, can we have a look at one more chart? Because as you know, it's a project I really like, and I do think it's due for another big move very shortly. Is BAT, Basic Attention Token? Have you got that there?
I can.
Took a little dip this week, but I just think
kind of everything took a little dip this week. So
it did. Yep.
You know, we had BTC. Dominance is on the increase, so
which typically sort of bleeds the alts, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is the chart that I showed you last week. And I said we're going to bounce in this region. We're bouncing in this region. So so that's kind of what we're doing. We're on the support at the moment, so we should see a bounce. So we've got this same sort of thing happening, so to a lesser degree on BAT. So we've got this bottom here, we've bounced. Right now we're at the bottom here and we're starting to get a little bit of a green candle happening. We should come up at least and retest this pink resistance. And it will probably come down one more time, and then before we break up. So, you know, if we have a look at alts and where they are in their patterns, a lot of them are on the lower supports, and they're kind of holding and they're bouncing, and the RSI is helping them move sideways. So this is another reason I don't see BTC really breaking down right now. I see it going up because, you know, for the market as a whole, like if BTC was to sort of have this major drop right now, it would pretty much take out there would be blood everywhere.
Yes. Don't sell your BTC, you whales.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
indications are they aren't. The movement of whale wallets is not really happening. It's at an all-time low. Look, I've got sweatier.
You have. Yeah. You have. I haven't. Do I look tanned? I went for
You're looking good today, Lisa. You're looking good. You're looking fresh.
fresh from the beach yesterday.
Yeah, very nice. So they let you out. They take the leash off and let you run around a little bit in Melbourne, do they?
Not really.
Are they loosening up? Are they loosening up yet? Is there hope on the horizon?
Not yet. I think there's hope. Our numbers are dropping. So I think, in the not too distant future, we'll be able to roam around Victoria, which will be nice.
Yep.
Like I went and saw my special person yesterday.
Special person?
Well, according to the Victorian
well, you called it something else there. Your intimate.
My intimate partner. So that's what he's known as to the Victorian government. It's so weird. Anyway.
How many intimate partners do they allow you by law?
One. Yeah.
It's a good thing, isn't it? A lot of people think that's one's plenty. It's enough.
One is plenty. I don't think I could handle more than one. No. So my dog's snoring there. So yeah, one's enough.
One is enough. Absolutely.
He's cheeky enough, and yeah, I don't need another one.
Very good. He's keeping you happy. You're looking fresh. I
got out to the beach, so it was like, yeah, it was awesome. I actually got out of my house yesterday, so yeah, I'm pretty happy today.
Yeah, very good. It's been a long time on lockdown for you guys, hasn't it?
Oh, forever. And yeah, I think it's hopefully in the next couple of weeks we get out of, not quite out of lockdown, but our restrictions do get sort of relieved a little bit.
I'm heading to your part of the world soon in a couple of weeks.
Are you?
Years in Asia. I'm going to go and spend a bit of time down under, I've decided.
Where are you coming?
I'm going to go to New Zealand for a few months, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, go and see some family. Bit of sunshine. There's no lockdowns or anything there at the moment. I don't have to wear a mask and have my temperature taken every 2 meters. So looking forward to that.
Well, hopefully we get that soon here. So yeah, once our numbers all start dropping. But yeah, I know New Zealand's been like almost COVID free for quite some time. So
yeah. If Dee Dee was here right now, he'd be chiming in with strong thoughts on it. I don't actually like talking about COVID. I don't know why we are doing it right now, but it's more the fact that you're looking happy. You've obviously got out this weekend and had some sunshine, nice spring sunshine in Australia.
Yeah.
Great time of the year. Your script's looking fantastic, Lisa.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how long we're going to have you for these trading shows, because I know probably as soon as you can move, you're going to be bolting to Los Angeles and making movies. So I'm enjoying the time we do have.
I'm sure I can still spare a little bit of time.
Good.
To do these.
Good.
Yes.
That's what we wanted to hear.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm still going to be trading. It's in the blood. It's really in the blood.
Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts? Sort of, to me, this feels like we've had a little bit of a consolidation. Obviously, there's been some huge profits made in these DeFi projects, but for me, it really, I know that that retail interest. In the past, you get these little spurts of people asking you about Bitcoin and what it is. It still astounds me that so many people, they've all heard of it now. And they're still not really understanding exactly what's going on in the space. We're doing our best to educate as many people as possible, but I still think the retail bull run is yet to happen.
It is, and I think once we start pushing up above that 12,000, and we can break that resistance there, sky's the limit at this point. It's like with the world going the way it is, and with US politics and that sort of thing, I think we really need to start looking at an alternative financial system.
Correct.
So I have been saying this all year, that it's so close to happening. Yep. And yeah, I just think if we can break that 12,000 resistance, we're off.
My major concern, and I've been saying this for a long time, I still see it's being very correlated to the equity markets. I think invariably when the US stock markets pop, which could happen any day, I think it will. I think we're going to see a big dump in crypto at exactly the same time because of that. I see us at that point finally separating and doing our own thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't see the dump in traditional and those sort of markets until, we've got an election in November coming up.
Yeah.
And whoever gets in is not going to want the market to dump straight away. So I don't see Bitcoin having a major dump until kind of February next year. And my reasoning for that is because of KYC coming into a lot of the exchanges and being compulsory, like BitMEX and, all of the big exchanges need to have KYC for you to continue on. So, I kind of think we're going to have those traditional markets propped up for that little bit longer. And once we get to a kind of around February, it'll relax a little bit. And that's when those markets will start dropping and Bitcoin will follow and then we'll break away. So that's my prediction. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, we would love to grab you. The guys loved having you on our 1 Bitcoin and 32 ETH show on Wednesday. They really enjoyed that.
It was lots of fun bonking everyone.
Yeah, you're famous in the bonk and pamp community now, Lisa.
Yeah, it's like...
So we're going to do it. We're going to do a little show and look at how we're using the Prime XBT platform with you. I'm currently copy trading you, but we also want to look at the longing and shorting you can do on that platform.
Yeah, we want to look at the longing and shorting, and we want to look at Turbo. Turbo is so much fun.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous, but it's so much fun.
Okay. Listen, audience, that's coming up in the next couple of days. So make sure you subscribe. We also have a very good prize that we're going to give away. The Embly card, which we've spoken about in the past, are now issuing their new cards. And as part of that, we're going to be giving away a preloaded gold-plated card to one lucky winner this month. To be in the draw for that, you must be following our Twitter channels and subscribing to this YouTube channel. So if you don't already follow myself and Lisa on Twitter, the links are below. And make sure you subscribe to this channel to be in that draw. I'll give you all the full details on this in the coming days. But it's a goodie. It's a great prize.
And what they've got to do is they've got to smash that like button.
True. Absolutely. And make sure you subscribe. If you haven't done that, do it right now. You're going to have to be a subscriber to Lisa's Twitter and to this channel to be in the draw for that. More details coming on Wednesday. Tune in for our Wednesday show, and we'll be back here with Lisa in the next couple of days to do a Prime XBT rundown of how the longs and shorts work. Looking forward to it, Lisa. Thanks very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Great to see you looking fresh and happy on a Monday.
Yeah, same with you. Fresh and sweaty on a Monday.
So actually, the jibes haven't been flowing around. Be assured, people, we'll be back to our usual nonsense next Monday with Dee. He's just arrived in Portugal today, so couldn't join us. But we'll be back to our normal threesome next Monday. So thanks for joining us, everyone, and Lisa, great seeing you. Speak soon.
Bye.
Yes. Bye now.